Hey there, seventh hour North Stars. I am so sorry I'm not there with you today. I've still got some kiddos fighting some bugs and not good stuff. So we're at home, they are resting, and hopefully I will be back tomorrow with you in the LRC to continue our journey at discovering some mental illness supports for your research project. So today you are going to focus on getting help or support, that section within your graphic organizer. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to look at positive coping mechanisms. We reviewed this during your stress unit, during that lesson, and you looked at listening to music to help you with stress. You went to the gym. Now you're going to apply that understanding of a coping mechanism, and you're going to figure out how, when someone has this mental illness, how they can cope. So you're going to look at treatments. You're going to look at ways that they can specifically help them if they acquire that illness. Next up, we have protective factors. Okay, and so protective factors are, you're going to be going in and researching. Okay, and let's talk about really quick the difference between risk factors and protective factors. So we have right here, risk factors are going to be things that cause negative outcomes in your life. So for instance, one of the examples that we gave yesterday for mental illness was a family history of mental illness. So maybe somebody in their family has had to deal with that illness, so they can be proactive, okay? And we'll talk about that next part, which is being a protective factor. So if you know that you have a risk factor, you know that you are set up to possibly have that illness. Maybe it was childhood trauma. Maybe it was they had risk factors such as substance abuse. So if you are then looking at the opposite, we're looking at the support for that risk factor, you can have the examples of strong family support. You can do talk therapy. You can avoid alcohol. You can avoid substance abuse and misuse. So those are ways that you can support yourself, or an individual can support themselves to ensure that they don't have themselves set up to be at risk. So protecting to avoid that risk already. All right, and then one thing I just wanted to pop in here and show you, I was doing some research last night. So a couple of things that you were asking about yesterday in class was, what kind of data are we looking for? What screams you need to know more about this mental illness? So remember, we are looking for statistics that have numerical data to show the prevalence of the illness, or to show that there is a correlation between people that have certain risk factors or family history. So notice here, it's giving these really powerful statistics. This is actually not about mental illness, but this is just making sure that individuals have positive health outcomes in adulthood. And so they're making that correlation between teenage years, adolescent years, and then later on in adulthood. So they brought these statistics out: 48 to 66% less likely to have a mental illness, experience violence. So they are giving some really good statistical information for the audience that is reading this. And the other thing that you can notice over here is ways that people can help. So that would be a protective factor. So when you are creating this video as a PSA, you're going to want to pop those things in there, so you can show people how to help themselves and how to be preventative in their measures against mental illness. So again, today you are working on completing that graphic organizer. The in and out of school sources that they can access to assist them with the mental illness will be covered tomorrow in class with those in-house guest speakers. We've got our student resource officer coming in. We have Mrs. S and Mr. M that came in the other day. They're going to come and join us again tomorrow. But really, do your due diligence and get this project knocked out. I know you have until in class on Friday, but I'm really hoping that you can knock out everything except those two pieces of the graphic organizer. So citing your sources, making sure everything is labeled, and that you really understand your mental illness that you are researching today. Thank you for being so flexible. I miss all of you, and hold each other accountable. Get work done today, and I will see you tomorrow in the LRC. Bye, guys.